Percy Jackson had our entire generation hooked on Greek mythology. However, there is only so much teenage fiction one can read, especially when there is an option of a multitude of books that do not involve a 15-year-old running around and saving the world. In the category of Greek mythology, there are a ton of amazing books that will have you glued to your seats. Some of them are even based on single characters rather than adding the entire realm of gods and goddesses in one book. Greek mythology is a very sensitive topic, and unless you choose a well-written book with a good plot, even a single bad book can ruin the entire genre for you. However, when you do pick the right book, it'll have you hooked to this category, as it will give you your fill of so many amazing things, from mythical creatures to the battles between gods that shook the world. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Links to the books are given in the description below. Number 10. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Being new to the world of writing, Jennifer Saint has only written 2 books, both based on Greek mythology. But her books were shortlisted for awards and got her a lot of fame, so they are worth the time, especially the one we will be discussing now. Ariadne is a book which is about the princess of Crete, Ariadne. She lives, or is forced to live, in her golden palace with her younger sister, Phaedra, and her brother, the Minotaur. Despite being her own brother, the Minotaur is nothing except a monster. When Prince Theseus arrives in Crete from Athens, Ariadne not only falls for him, but she also sees her only chance of escaping him. Therefore, she vows to help him accomplish his mission of killing the Minotaur, even if that means betraying her country. However, will this betrayal get Ariadne her happiness, or is it going to be a mistake? The story also shows what happens to her sister, Phaedra, when Ariadne betrays her country, which is captivating enough to keep you awake all night. Number 9. 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes. Along with being a Cambridge University graduate, our author also happens to be a professional comedian, journalist, and writer. The unique and captivating writing style of Natalie Haynes is ideal for those who are new to reading. 1,000 Ships tells the tale of multiple women, during and after the Trojan War. The author has shared the story of what happened to the women once Troy was taken over by the Greeks. These women include the women of Troy, the Amazon princess, and the 3 goddesses. The stories are told in different chapters, starting with the tale of Calliope, who is the muse of an old bard. Then comes the story of Creusa, who is the wife of a Trojan warrior, and after that, the narrative of the captive Trojan woman has been shared. Natalie's way of retelling the famous Trojan War through the eyes of the women who were there is very interesting. As the Trojan War is a major event in Greek mythology, this book is perfect for those who are new to this genre. Number 8. The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. Due to history and politics being her major subjects of teaching, Pat Barker knows everything when it comes to history and Greek mythology. She is the writer of the famous Regeneration trilogy, but today we are going to discuss her book based on Greek mythology. The Silence of the Girls tells the story of Briseis after her kingdom was attacked by Achilles during the Trojan War. After the attack, she was taken to the Greek camps as the prize of Achilles. Briseis faces many difficulties. However, the real trouble comes when a brutal commander of the Greek army, Agamemnon, demands that Achilles gives Briseis to him. Along with her, the fate of thousands of other women who are enduring the roughness of the war is also shared in this book through the perspective of Briseis. Pat Barker has also shared how Briseis navigated her way through the Greek camps and how she survived them throughout the Trojan War. Number 7. The Penelopiad by Margaret Atwood. Being one of the best authors of our time, the name of Margaret Atwood is written under the title of many amazing books, including The Handmaid's Tale, The Robber Bride, and many others. The Penelopiad is also among the best works of Margaret. In this book, our beloved author has shared the story of Penelope, the wife of Odysseus. When her husband left for the Trojan War, Penelope was left behind to look after the kingdom of Ithaca and their only son. For 20 years, she looked after Ithaca and raised her son. But during this time, she also had many suitors who wanted to marry Penelope. However, when Odysseus returned from the war, he comes back as a changed man. He kills all of those men who were the suitors of Penelope along with 12 of Penelope's maids. The real question is what could be his motivation behind the murder of the 12 maids. The interesting thing about this book is that it is not only told from the perspective of Penelope, but Margaret has also shared the narrative of the 12 maids throughout the major life events of Penelope. The story of Penelope in the absence of Odysseus is interesting enough to pull an all-nighter to read. Number 6. Galatea by Madeline Miller. One of the most famous names in the genre of Greek mythology is Madeline Miller. Along with writing, the woman also pursues her career of teaching Latin and Greek to high school students. One of the best works of Madeline Miller is Galatea, which takes us back to ancient Greece. There was a sculptor, Pygmalion, who had mastered his skills and created magic with his hands. Seeing his amazing work, a goddess rewarded him by bringing one of his works to life, named Galatea, whom he soon married. However, unlike doing everything to please him as he expected, his wife craves independence to fulfill her own dreams and desires. The sculptor grew an unhealthy obsession with Galatea and became paranoid that she will leave him. To prevent that from happening, he locked her away with doctors. However, Galatea is determined to get away from her obsessive husband, and with the help of her daughter, Paphos, she might actually be able to pull it off. Madeline has truly done justice to the story of Galatea in this book. Number 5. Mythos. The Greek myths retold by Stephen Fry. The name of Stephen Fry is on top of different fields, from writing and filmmaking to comedians. The man has accomplished many things in his life. One of his greatest accomplishments is his written work, Mythos, the Greek myths retold, which we are going to discuss today. Mythos is the first book of the great Greek mythology told by Stephen Fry. In this collection of Greek myths, the author has shared the different stories and adventures of Zeus and the rest of the Olympian gods and goddesses. What makes this book worth the read is that despite being written in Stephen's witty and charming way, the book still does justice to the tales of the Olympians. The author has also added classical artwork, which was created according to the major Greek myths. All in all, this book is a great introductory book to the genre of Greek mythology. Number 4. Mythology by Edith Hamilton. One of the greatest writers of the 19th century went by the name of Edith Hamilton. She started her writing career with different articles on Greek mythology, and her debut novel was The Greek Way, which is famous even today. Even after her demise, her books in the genre of Greek mythology are still famous. Mythology is a collection of all the major events of Greek gods and the Norse gods. From the Trojan War and the story of Odysseus to the story of King Midas, Edith has shared different times of the Greek and the Norse gods in this book. From art to literature to culture, Edith has truly done justice to the different tales. This book also introduces the readers to Jason and the Golden Fleece and Cupid and the Psyche. This book serves as the perfect guide through the Greek, Roman, and Norse mythologies. Number 3. Circe by Madeline Miller. Being a teacher of Greek and Latin, Madeline Miller has spent many years of her life studying Greek mythology. Being a graduate of Brown University in classics, this woman truly gives life to the characters from Greek mythology with her words. Born into the house of Helion, Circe is unlike any of her parents. She does not possess the powers of her father, who is the mighty god of the sun, or the beauty and charm of her mother. However, when she comes to the mortal land, Circe learns about her true power of witchcraft, which lets her turn mortals and creatures into monsters. After seeing the extent of her powers, Zeus banishes Circe to live on an island alone, where she fights off the deadliest creatures of Greek mythology, and comes against many legendary ones including the Minotaur and Odysseus. However, the wits and actions of Circe result in both mortals and gods getting angry at her. To save herself, Circe must pick one side. She can either take her place among the gods where she was born, or she can live with the mortals that gave her a sense of belonging. Number 2. The Iliad by Homer. Named one of the best Greek poets, Homer wrote some of the best pieces of literature. His work, Odysseus, is famous even today, but in this video, we're going to talk about the other book that gave him quite a lot of fame. This book is translated by Robert Fagles. When it comes to Greek mythology, the Iliad is one of the best books that are a must-read. It consists of a poem that shares the heart-wrenching scenarios of the Trojan War when the Greeks attacked the kingdom of Troy. In the poem, Homer has shared the destruction and the horror of the battle, and how the warriors fought the war for an entire decade. This poem focuses on the last few months of the war before it ended. An interesting thing about this book is that along with the warriors in the war, Homer also shared the participation of different Greek gods in the Trojan War. From Zeus to Apollo, many Greek gods were involved in the Trojan War, and Homer has shared all of those incidents, which is something that is usually overlooked in Greek mythology books. Number 1. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. From her degrees in classics from Brown University to attending Yale School of Drama, Madeline Miller has spent many years of her life studying the famous Greek mythology. She has also written a few books in this genre that are all award-winning books. Her debut novel is The Song of Achilles, which is also her best-selling book. As the title indicates, the story of this book follows the Greek legendary warrior, Achilles. This book is written from the perspective of Patroclus, who is the lover of Achilles. After spending years together and getting trained together by the centaur Chiron, the two lovers are inseparable. So when the call for forging war on Troy comes, Achilles leads the Greek army into war dreaming about getting a glorious end. Being unable to leave him alone, Patroclus follows Achilles into the Trojan War. However, what the two do not know is that this war will have them making enormous sacrifices. Despite being the best book of Greek mythology, the Song of Achilles is a heart-wrenching story that will leave you a sobbing mess, so do not say that I did not warn you. In the genre of Greek mythology, many books can be found. However, the ones that I just shared with you in this video are the best of all. So if you do not wish to waste your time reading badly written books, then select one of the 10 best Greek mythology books that I just shared with you. If the video helped you find the next book you are going to read, then like and share this video. Let me know in comment section on what type of books I should cover in my next video. Also, if you read one of the books mentioned in this video, share your review or thoughts with us. Subscribe this channel for more such awesome videos. Thanks for watching.